Hi guys and gals, Froggy here. What I've got for you today is the steering wheel moaning and groaning. I've got the cars running. I put my front tires on a couple of plastic bags so that they'll turn easily and I won't put a lot of stress on all my front end parts when I turn the wheel with, power steering and everything is gonna it's really better for your car to be moving when you're cranking the wheel. I want to make that noise for you, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to try and do to fix it. So I put the windows up so I won't hear the engine or any outside noise. Here's the moaning and groaning noise. Now I'm going to move the camera so that the speaker on the camera is pointed more towards the noise. I hope you can hear that. Actually, I have already done a little bit of lubrication with some, it's kind of a Teflon high-tech lubricant. It's supposed to not attract any dirt to it, and it used to sound worse than that. It doesn't sound too bad right now, but I think you can still hear it. What I'm going to try now to do is I'm going to use some interior detailer and try and just where you want to put it is right down in between the steering wheel part that moves and this part that doesn't move. It's my belief that that's where the moaning and groaning comes from. It's just a little rubbing in there. It's really it's not a functional thing. It's just a noise that's annoying because it wasn't there before, and then all of a sudden it shows up. Mine showed up about 50,000 miles, and it's just, I think, has to do with the tolerance between these two parts. And I'm not going to take anything apart. I'm just going to shoot some detailer down there and see if I can lube it up. And if it goes away, then you shoot some detailer down there every time that you hear it, and that'll fix it. Now it might leak through down to the bottom, so I'm going to get a towel and kind of put a towel across my legs so that if it drips, it'll just drip down on the towel. And here's what I'm using. It's called P21S. It's an interior, they call it cockpit cleaner. It's an interior cleaner detailer. It's not glossy like Armor All. Although for these purposes, Armor All might be the better one to use because it leaves a little bit of a slick surface. But I'm going to try this first. I'm just going to spray it down in between those two cracks, in that one crack. I can still hear it a little bit, so I'm going working my way down towards the firewall. The next thing is this cover that covers the bottom side of where your signal stock is and your wiper stock. And there's two T25 Torx screws that come out, and then the rest of it snaps apart. And once you get the backside snapped apart, there's a little hook at the front of it, so you have to kind of push this part forward after it snaps down, and then forward, and you'll see it hooks around the top half of the clamshell, if you think of it like a clamshell. So let me get that open. Well, there's the hooks. See there's the hooks I'm talking about. So now you can see it push forward to get them unhooked from the top section, and then you can come towards your tilt mechanism right here. Work it towards the tilt mechanism and it'll come off. It's, you got to twist it around a little bit, but it'll come off. So now I'm going to twist the wheel again and see if I can see if there's a rub up in here, up in this whole section. Well, here's where my noise is. It's right down there at the steering wheel position sensor. And I don't know if there's anything I'm going to be able to do to lubricate that without taking the whole dang thing apart. And I'm not going to do that for that small noise. But let me do a little research and see if there is any lube I can get in there. Okay, I think I got it. I'm going to have to... I can't show you spraying it, but I'm going to show you right where the steering shaft comes through the firewall. Further up there. Right there, past that spark plug, right there. You can just see the metal shaft. It's got a universal on it. Go from the universal about 3 or 4 inches back. It comes through a rubber grommet on the firewall. The steering shaft, right there, comes through a rubber grommet. I sprayed the heck out of that, and I think that's what it was. But I won't know until I, cycle it a couple of times. I don't think it was in the steering position sensor. I think it's right where that shaft comes through. And if I had a can with a longer nozzle, a longer straw on it, I would have really shoved it up into that rubber, and it would have been better if I had a longer straw on it. But anyway, I shot it up real good. I'm sure I got a big mess on my garage floor, but that'll clean up. And I don't hear it right now. Now, you could use white grease. I would not use WD-40. It's too thin. This stuff is pretty thin, but it's called Tri-Flow. I don't even remember where I got it, but I kind of like it for a lot of different things. I'm going to try and find some more. I shot pretty much the whole can off, and that's what I used, and I think I fixed it. If I did not fix it, if it comes back, then I'm going to add to this video. I'll put a note at the end of the video so you guys won't waste your time. I think some of it was where the steering wheel rubs that piece, this piece right here that I showed you how to take off. I think some of it was there, and I think some of it was where that steering shaft comes through the firewall. So try those 2 areas or 3 areas, and good luck. I'm showing you what I did, and if this helps you out, give me a thumbs up. If you want more from Froggy, subscribe to my channel. You guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to show you one more place where I'm going to shoot the lubricant. Around this steering wheel position sensor, there's a big block of rubber. I'm flashing my light on it. It's not really square, but it's almost like a square. It's a special shape, but it's a big rubber. It looks like an insulating for heat or sound or vibration, whatever. And if you push on it, you can push it away from the steering wheel position sensor. So I'm going to push on it, and I'm going to shoot some of that Teflon lubricant, that Tri-Flow. It's Teflon-based lubricant. I'm going to shoot some in there because I think any remaining rest of the noise is coming from where that steering wheel shaft goes through the firewall. But it's a complicated passage where it goes through there. There's stuff that can rub. So I'm shooting it from both sides, basically, from the engine side and from the cabin side. I'm going to shoot some up there, and I'm going to try to shoot it on the top so that gravity will make it come down. And we'll see if that gets that last little bit, but I think I've pretty much made it go away, or at least made it such a low level that it's not going to bother me. Okay, so that's all your locations, both sides of the firewall, and then up where those two pieces of plastic come together, and that's about it. Okay, Froggy's out. See you later, guys and gals. Bye-bye. Okay, one last shot here. I'll let you be the judge. Put it right back to the beginning. So replay the beginning of this video and then replay this part here. Here's my wheel movement. Something I did fixed it, and I think it's probably the two shots of the Teflon lubricant on both sides of the firewall. I think that's where most of it was, and a little bit maybe at the steering wheel. Okay, guys and gals, so now you know how to fix it. Go and fix your Vette. Get rid of that moan and groan and steering wheel. Okay? See you later. Bye-bye.